COP21 opened in a Paris suburb at the end of November, bringing together leaders of some 150 countries. After posing for a family photo at the opening leaders event, they took turns to lend impetus to the conference. With encouragement from the leaders, negotiators were left to work on a draft text of the final deal.
Without objection, so decided. Thank you.
They finally approved the draft on December 5th, minutes before May Day deadline. The draft, which ran to 43 pages including a 21-page core agreement, laid out hundreds of issues. Foremost among them was examining who should shoulder the cost of moving the world to a low-carbon energy system and how often nations should be prompted to accelerate their efforts. The conference held its Action Day on December 5th, with more than 1,300 stakeholders taking part. At the aptly named high-level gathering, attendees worked to turn commitments and initiatives into concrete action plans. On December 7th, ministers gathered for the high-level segment of the agenda and began to deliberate the draft agreement. UN Chief Ban Ki-moon opened this part of the conference and urged officials not to duck from the hard choices. Representatives of basic countries, namely Brazil, South Africa, India, and China, gathered on December 8th in Paris. They called on industrialized nations to deliver more ambitious climate finance commitments and also encouraged all parties to show the flexibility required to reach a strong Paris outcome. French Foreign Minister Laurent Fabius Tuesday presented a slimmer draft document to the climate negotiators, which form the basis for final negotiations. Fabius said capital, ambition, and common but differentiated responsibility are the thorny differences that countries have to iron out before they can conclude an agreement. On Friday, Fabius conceded the two-week summit would not end as planned. He said a final text, meant to chart a way to far wider use of greener energy, such as wind and solar power, would be presented to nearly 200 nations for review only on Saturday, a day later than planned. Zheng Chunying, CCTV.